Take us to work. Take us on the go. Take us wherever you go. Power 4.4 Radio.
Views, information, or opinions expressed on the broadcast of Power 4.4 Radio are solely the opinions of the individuals involved and does not represent those of Power 4.4 Radio or Live 365. Power 4.4 Radio is not responsible for any information reported on the program. Today's show is sponsored by Mastermind Photography.
0865.
Contact them for all your photography and design needs at 443-226-2429. Let them know that Power 4.4 Radio sent you, and follow them on social media at JH3MM. Book your appointment today and make today last forever.
If you're moving, you should call Focus Movers. We got trucks and crews, call Focus Movers. 443-506-7905. We can handle it. We got skills to cover it all. Pack and load and take away your stress. Anywhere, demand for your relocation. 24/7 services. Get a free quote. Don't miss out on it. If you're moving, you should call Focus Movers. We got trucks and crews, call Focus Movers.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Derek Darrell Dixon right here. I'm talking with 3D right here on Power 4.4, where the people are the power. Listen, I'm here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so tell a friend and make sure that you tune in, because we are always going to be sipping the coffee and spilling the tea, so don't miss it. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here, Power 4.4, because you know what? The people are the
He said whoever
Tune to the best radio show.
Whoever has the best track, he gonna give them the beat. And I think it would have gave this show more recognition. Just going on there.
Even though the show is called SME, right. It's not just about me. We work as a team to build our dream.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy tea up in the limousine.
Join us each and every Monday at 6 p.m. as we bring to you Ladies Night with the Hustle Queen. I'm Cinnamon.
And I'm Snowy.
And as always, keep hustling, queens. Greetings. It's your Queen of Trauma Drama, Evangelist Dr. Tony Terry, asking you to join me every Sunday for the Hour of Power radio show, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio. This is a place where you can speak your trauma and eliminate your drama. Again, that's every Sunday, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio.
This is Kid Kong. Tune into Toon World every Saturday from 8 to 9 p.m. on Power 4.4 Radio.
You're listening to Power 4.4 Radio with the Power of Influence with Dr. E every other Friday, 8 p.m. to 9, right here on Power 4.4 Radio. But make sure you download that app Live 365 and look for Power 4.4. It is where people are the power.
Hey there, this is Michael Braxton with Health Tips and Hip Hop. What's going on in your garden of health? Join me with my radio family at Power 4.4 every Wednesday from 6 p.m. until 7 p.m.
I'm ready to hear it last month. They don't tell that people. Is it like 7? Oh, I wasn't too far.
Hey there, welcome to Health Tips and Hip Hop on Power 4.4. make sure you turn your radio dial up so you can hear. Because somebody informed me that like I can't hear it.
Yeah, you definitely got to turn your volume up.
Turn up the volume. Pump up the volume.
Pump up the bass.
Yeah, so,
and the bass too.
Exactly. Yes. So today is Wednesday. Today is the 8th of May. And it's nice out. Nice. Hot outside. I cut a little grass today.
You cut a little grass?
Yeah, I cut a little grass today.
Why you ain't cutting my house?
I'll be there.
Go ahead.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let the people know when you coming.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep that on the hush hush.
You gotta say this. This is the all time.
You got to have the $20.
No, this is the all time favorite way to get out of something.
Okay.
What had happened was.
Well, that's it. What happened was I was on my way and had a flat tire.
Yeah,
right.
I was on my way, and then something else came up.
And as hot as it was, I saw a lot of people cutting grass.
Wow.
Today.
You was properly hydrated, right?
Oh yeah. I'm always properly hydrated.
As you can see with me.
A lot of water.
I got my electrolytes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I got Gatorade myself. Not too long ago.
I know that's right. We got Javante in the house.
Yeah.
And tell them about your show.
Well, it's SME is sports, movies, and entertainment. But the last two shows, as y'all can see, y'all can go back. We did back-to-back shows without any sports. We interviewed a company owner in hair. We interviewed a consultant, helping criminals just get out of that lifestyle. And we had Mr. Braxton on there. The way it went, it was just perfect. Like last week, we didn't have any time. My co-host wanted to talk about mental health, but the interview, we didn't have any time because the interviews took up the whole show. So we started with that, not even knowing that we had the expert in the building.
Wow. Thank you so much. So let me ask you a few questions. So what made you interested in podcasting and radio shows?
I knew I always had the talent, but the thing that really made me interested was, I'm going to take you all the way back to 2012. I was with my family watching the Ravens Super Bowl run, and just this, being from Baltimore, I'm a hybrid. I've lived in the city, in the county. I never saw a group of people come together like that. So it just really, it really intrigued me, and it stuck to me till this day. I've been in sportscaster. I've been in all different play-by-play. I've been all different types of sports things, but it has evolved into something greater. Cause I've done a full show. We've done a full show of just football, just sports. And then I expanded. I looked at this the company, the different small business owners in there. Like maybe I can get them on my show and they can discuss about their business. But even when I came here before, you were one of the people that schooled me up. But another person that schooled me up was actually his wife, and Miss Bella was on there. So I got to see a female rapper on there. So it expanded it. So I can get this man. I don't have to just be. Granted, I'll be pleased with just being Stephen A. Smith one day, but I don't have to just be Stephen A. Smith. I can get different. I can get actors on the show. Right. I can get rappers. Mm-hmm. I can get different personalities, TV show personalities. I can get people that specialize in mental health or health in general, and show what people are doing locally.
Right.
Get that more recognition.
Exactly, and we just want to say how proud that we are of you. To have the younger generation involved in so much and getting the community involved, etc. And so you do your podcast shows. I see how things are evolving for you. And you also were doing a rap yesterday. So what got you interested in also including the rap into your podcast?
Well, the show before show 5 of SME, Dr. Ted Sutton was a host, and he kind of schooled me. He schooled me.
If we can ask, what did he say?
He showed me up. Y'all go back and watch that clip. I felt like Michael Jordan gotta learn how to beat Isaiah Thomas. If I put it in sports terms, like I thought my lessons was over at the being on Mr. J's wife's show. You know, getting introduced to Baltimore Bella. Then you, I forget the other guy's name, but he's bald just like you. Y'all schooled me. Y'all schooled me up. Then Mr. J schooled me up. Then Mr. Jagger schooled me up, and then I got schooled up by Mr. Jagger's brother. So I was just like, I thought I was done getting bounced out the playoffs. I thought I had the championship by now.
So by you expanding your show and doing different types of enjoyment, so where does that put you? Where does that put you mentally? Would you say it helps relax you? Yeah. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. What does it do for you?
On this booth, I really feel like Goku. Like I feel like Superman, all mixed in one. Like it really, I'm just blessed that God has let me be able to show the world my talents.
Right.
And I really believe we can expand this radio station, like I was mentioning before, going like to the different businesses in here. I know some people cut hair, some people have, some people do hair, things of that nature. Like have them on the show, tell them what they do, tell them like what they want to expand. You know, maybe they can see like where they want to be at business wise, in 5 years, and hopefully, you know, one day we can get different actors on here. You know, hopefully one day.
Exactly.
Hopefully one day Miss Tamar Braxton or Miss Tony Braxton would be gracious enough to come on here, exactly. Just like you were gracious enough to come on my show.
Definitely, man.
I just see so many different ways to expand, and me like why not use all the knowledge that I know to try to help create generational wealth? You know, instead of just being on the phone all day, watching Power, watching BMF, watching all these sports games. Mm-hmm. Why not build a platform where like an all-inclusive platform where they can come on, like they can come on the show and I can ask them questions about their career, where they plan on being, what level they plan on being at, like even if it's from a year from now, things of that nature. Right. So I have big dreams, and one of the biggest things he said no. So I'm gonna respect it, but I really think this freestyle would help get this show popping like real quick. Like I even had a beat switch in mind.
What now?
Because I know your show got way more recognition than my show.
Well, you know, we all start at the same place, didn't we?
Yeah.
Didn't we, Jay? You all start at the same place. Just like you have your platform that you set up, and you are focusing on that, making sure that it expands. You're reaching out in the community. You probably can't imagine how many youth and older people with Samsung phones that you are helping. You know, they look at you and they're like, oh, wow, you know what? I can be where he is, you know, and I just wanted to make sure that everybody, you know, and especially if they didn't see the show, yesterday, you know, you did a fantastic job with your freestyle. Now they're going to have to go on YouTube. It's on YouTube, right?
It's on Facebook.
On Facebook. Okay.
TikTok.
I'm trying to post it on all social media platforms. I have so many different accounts, but
put that plug in so people can see your talent.
SME Radio is all of my business. SME Radio is all of my business accounts. However, my personal Instagram is Vontae_world is him.
Okay, and if they go to that link, they'll be able to see.
Yes, they should be able to see it. My main TikTok is King_Vontae_world_69. I've built enough followers to actually go live on TikTok, which I've been trying to do the last 2 weeks. The first week my phone was hot, so it was going on and off. But I got about 500 views, and
if you had an Android, they would do that.
And then
Team Android.
at least I can FaceTime, man.
Well, again, if he has an Android and I have an Android, we can FaceTime.
You can't FaceTime with us, though.
And that's
that's because your phone keep overheating.
So you go ahead and you finish putting your plug in.
Yeah, and then my personal Facebook is my name, because most people, their personal Facebook is their name, which is my name is Javante Harrison. My YouTube is at KingJTH6306. What haven't I named? I haven't named my Twitter. My main Twitter is at JTH_King. I don't think I mentioned my Snapchat and my hopefully, I'll try to use Twitch too. My Snapchat is King_JTH19. And I believe I announced my Twitch as well. My Twitch is the GOAT JTH03, and I believe it's all lowercase for that one.
So Javante, I have a question for you. So the summertime's coming up.
Yeah.
Right around the corner.
It's real hot.
It's hot outside. So
Michael's gonna cut my grass.
Yeah.
What had happened was.
Yeah, that's right. So when you get bored, what do you do, and what can you inspire for the younger generation as to having some activities to do if they get bored? What do you do, and what do you recommend for them? I mean, like with your freestyle, you said that they can contact you and we'll go to your webpage and link up their freestyle. So how would you encourage them to stay focused on their goals, to have a nice, healthy thought, etc.? What do you recommend for them?
Well, me, I love staying out as long as I can, because COVID, like I was saying before on my show, like a young version of me pretty much, a teenager version of me pretty much did everything that he wanted to do, besides, I guess, be out more. But I had been out more a lot before, like pre-COVID, as far as that. So what I do, I try to, even if it's just going to the mall, something like that. But one thing I really like to do though is, be on the phone, stay in contact with people, things of that nature. Text people that I know, see, how's life's going, catching up with what they're doing.
So
currently, I think
communication is your thing.
Yeah, I think that is key.
Right. So you hear everyone out there how they always say that the youth are horrible people now. They're always into trouble. They never really expand their goals, and they just kind of sit around and are somewhat wasted. But we have an example of this young man right here who has a dream and trying to pursue, and actually pursuing his accomplishments and his dreams. He has a show. He changes the format to make it match his listeners, to increase his listeners, which will increase the value into selection of a occupation that you want to do. So that's great. And you can put all of this on your resume. So you listeners out there that even have children, you definitely want to follow this young man. And right now, his freestyle is very, very good. And he wants you to go to his webpage so that you can hear his freestyle. He told me his freestyle will increase my fan fourfold. And I definitely appreciate that. Yeah. And one day we're going to have we're going to put some time aside so we can actually listen to your freestyle. Because today, and that's what's growing on in your garden. So you kind of told us what's growing on.
What's growing on?
Yeah. What's growing on in your garden? A lot of positive, healthy things.
That's right.
And we really thank you for, telling us all the things that you're doing. And in any way that we can help you, you let us know. As well as the listeners, because, it's some wonderful listeners out there.
I want them to go watch the SME show, go SME radio, and send it to everybody I'm trying to hit them with everything. I'm trying to hit them with everything that I got. Another thing that I'm doing, that I'm learning how to do, is seeing what my co-hosts actually want to talk about. And I think the biggest thing was to let go of that control. Let go of trying to drop 100. I know on my freestyle I said I dropped 100 like I'm Will, but I had to let that go. You know what? I don't want, like the last show, like I was saying before we did the show, I was saying I don't want somebody to go back and be like, man, Javante dropped 100 points to, like, he beat Wilt Chamberlain's record. He dropped 150 points. I want them to say that I dropped 150 assists. Like I set the all-time NBA record for assists that nobody can beat. And to put it in basketball terms, so even though I got raps, I didn't interview people from all over the world, like interviewing people from all different genres. Sports is still my main thing, and I want everybody to know that this right now. But I'm a man of many skills.
I know that's right. So he definitely put his talents out there, and he continues to grow, man, and that is wonderful. So we're gonna bring this to Jay.
Yes, sir.
What's going on in your garden about?
Oh man, I think I told yesterday. I played softball this weekend, so sorry, Mike.
That's okay.
What had happened was
you go on and tell them what happened, Eddie.
So I was playing softball this weekend, and I didn't stretch all the way. I did my legs, but I didn't run. And I didn't have cleats on, so I was like sliding across the field.
Oh Lord!
Like at full speed.
Oh my!
So now because I haven't used those muscles in a long time, now they're like tight. It's like I can feel a little bit of tightness in my walk. So I encourage people to exercise daily because you want to always keep your muscles loose. They always got to be loose because you never know when you might have to run. Or
flight or fight.
Yeah.
That's what they call it, yeah.
So those that's pretty much what's been growing on in my garden. I still haven't grown the garden yet.
You still ain't growing your garden?
I haven't, but I'm going to.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that way, you
I got a lot of weeds in my garden.
Well, look, you got to get some of those fruits and vegetables growing so you can go down to the farmer's market and sell a few cucumbers or something.
Yeah,
squash.
Yeah, some squash, some watermelon.
Exactly.
So, I wanted to ask this question, because, someone brought this to my attention.
Mm-hmm.
They say, how do you, in turn, make seedless grapes, seedless watermelons, when you grow a watermelon, they have tons of seeds in them? So do they process it by picking them out?
Well, I read something about that, and it said that they just continue to grow. I don't even know the word that I'm trying to use, but whenever something is not right, I don't know. How about that? I don't even know
what had happened
was. But I know some people out there that are listening know
Because bananas used to have seeds in them.
Bananas used to have seeds?
Bananas used to have seeds in them.
Never thought about that.
Bananas, even the.
Please call in at 443-766-0865.
Because they even have the cotton candy grapes. Now, how they did that, I don't know.
They're good.
I try not to eat them.
I know.
I mean, they're very sweet and they're good. But I know.
You just got to limit yourself to 2.
Exactly.
Or 3.
Or if somebody.
You know how you put them in your, do you meal prep, Mike?
No.
So if you meal prep, because I see a lot of people do this, that are real health conscious about their sugar. And so they'll put like in these little small containers, they'll put like 3 or 4 grapes in, and that's all they have. And then for the next day, they'll have maybe 1 or 2. Or they might not even use grapes. They might use like a banana or orange. Yeah. So there's all types of ways that you can modify. I want to be honest with you, I want to get into meal prep.
Now, let me
I
ask you this
haven't
question.
done meal prep.
If you
for
do
myself.
meal prep, will you eat natural foods like the bananas that have the seeds in them, the watermelon that has the seeds in them?
I love watermelon.
Or would you do the seedless
fruits
and vegetables?
Well, I got it. If I do it, it has to have seeds in it. I just don't trust certain things that don't have seeds in it.
You don't trust the seedless watermelon?
No, because what I feel as though is like it's not organic to me. That's not the way it's been made. I feel like it's been processed or something like that.
Yeah, let's look that up.
Yeah, like how do you change a grape that have a seed in it to being seedless?
I definitely agree, especially with watermelon. That's one of my favorites. I know that's a stereotype, but it's one of my favorites. So they gotta have the seeds.
Exactly.
Well, while y'all looking at it, I want to add on something that we were talking about earlier. I believe we should, moving forward, utilize trying to build up all the social media platforms, using every social media platforms you can, like showing like I told my co-host this, so it's not just I'm saying this because I'm on this show. Like
it's not just me.
We work as a team. We build as a team. We work as a team to build our dreams. Yeah, I said it. So y'all won't put me saying, "Oh, you didn't even know his old intro."
But you know what? That's how you grow.
Power 4.4 radio.
Hey, go. Seedless watermelon, you got to get the plant. It's a hybrid.
That's Daddy-O.
That's Daddy-O.
That's me.
How you doing, Daddy-O?
I'm just listening to y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you know that seedless fruits and vegetables, they're hybrids, and you have to get the plant.
Oh, so you have to buy the plant as a hybrid plant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's me. I'm going out and get my plants this weekend.
Oh, so you haven't grown your garden yet?
I just got back from a vacation. And
a vacation. I like that.
I went to the islands out there in the middle of the ocean.
I got one question to ask you, Daddy-O.
Okay.
Did you bring us back a postcard?
Hope I might have a keychain for you.
All right. That'll work.
And Michael was talking about cutting everybody's grass. He used to cut his father's grass.
Well, he told me he can't cut my grass. He said what had happened was he got tired after cutting his own grass.
But look, it says here, it is important to emphasize that seedless fruits are not genetically modified organisms, GMOSs. It's simply taking advantage of a natural, through infrequent occurrence, manipulating future growth by preventing fertilization, and then capitalizing on the outcome through modern day practices. Now, who can interpret what I just read? So, but that's what it says here, and the source is
Okay.
Let me see. Allrecipes.com. So maybe they're not right.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, I'm listening. Y'all go back to work.
Okay.
See if you can get
All right,
tape on.
Daddy-o.
I had to add that.
Isn't that something? So,
Thank you for calling, Daddy-o.
yes. So today, I played the song the second time around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the reason why I played that song the second time around, and Derek, this is for you also, because I know you're out there listening. And you can listen to Derek on Talking with 3D every Tuesday from 7 p. till 8 p.m.
I should have remembered that name. That's an easy
That's
name
right.
to
See,
remember.
that's an easy
Yeah,
name.
easy name.
Okay.
Maybe
So-
it's because he schooled me a little bit.
Oh, Derek's always schooling everybody. But the question is,
Why did you play that song?
why did I play that song?
Yeah.
Okay, the second time around. That song, the second time around, is about second opinions with a doctor.
Okay.
So say if you went to a doctor and the first doctor told you you should have a procedure done. Then you go to another doctor for a second opinion. And the second doctor told you otherwise of the first doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Which doctor
Do you believe?
do you believe, and which doctor's advice do you follow?
Oh, that's good.
And that is a big question.
Well, you know what I would tell them, right?
What would you tell them?
You need to check with your health care.
But even if you say that to the doctor, it says a second opinion refers to a fresh interpretation of a given diagnosis or treatment plan indicated by another doctor, healthcare professional. Obtaining a second opinion can increase your confidence in your diagnosis and treatment plans and ensure you choose a physician you have a comfortable rapport with. So,
okay.
which so just say you went to a doctor, they're like, okay, you just played softball.
Yeah.
And you got hurt. So his stats are down now, right?
Oh, yeah.
So if the first doctor told you, okay, look, what I want you to do is soak in Epsom salt and put a warm compress on your sore muscle. And the next doctor said, no, what I want you to do, I want you to come in. You've damaged your muscle, and what we want to do is perform minor surgery.
Okay.
Which doctor would you listen to?
I listened to the first doctor.
So why would you select the first doctor?
Because the first doctor, I mean, it all depends on what I'm feeling at the time. So if I'm feeling like I pulled the muscle, yeah, I might have listened a little bit to the second doctor. But the first doctor, for a muscle pull, that seemed sufficient.
Right.
Which that's what I did when I came home. Is I soaked in Epsom salt.
Oh, you did? You soaked
did.
in Epsom salt?
Yeah, that's grandma right there. Grandma be baby, just go in there and soak in a little Epsom salt.
But you know, sometimes
Make sure the water's real hot now.
Exactly.
You got to relax
Yes.
the muscles.
But sometimes things can happen, and just say you tore a muscle, which we know that you probably didn't. And the second doctor was like, this is a muscle tore. You tore your muscles. You have to come in for some minor surgery. Blah, 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 blah.
At that point, I would need to see the x-rays.
Okay. So if you saw the x-ray.
So that he can show me where he sees this tear at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you probably would favor the first doctor because it's less intense.
More than likely. But like I said, it all depends on what I'm feeling. Like if I feel horrible, yeah, I'm definitely going to listen to the second one. Because there's something else going on that the first doctor ain't telling me. If you follow what I'm saying, because as you've been saying on health tips and hip hop, is that we all need to pay attention to our bodies and listen to what our bodies is telling us. So if I'm feeling as though I can barely walk, yeah, 9 times out of 10, I got to tear somewhere or I pull something way beyond resting. So I need to get a second opinion on it. So I would definitely need to see x-rays though. Not saying that I'm a doctor or anything. It's just you kind of want to know what's going on within
your body. So like if they can show you that it's a tear, then it would be more believable. But if they just saying, yeah, we need to just operate on you, it's like, all right, now something's not right. It's almost like your mechanic. You went in to take it in for some brakes, and they come back and tell you, it's not looking good. It looked like you blew a gasket, and you're thinking like, blew a gasket?
So what
only
would you
bought it in for an
say?
oil change.
What are the factors that make you determine what would be best for you? Now, suppose, and you have a good rapport with one of those two doctors. So would you go with the doctor that you trust most? Or would you go with the doctor that has more credentials? See, that's kind of hard.
It's kind of hard. That's why I said it all depends on what I'm feeling at the time. Because if I'm feeling that my leg is just way beyond pain, and I've had several injuries on my leg before that I just worked through. So it's like if it's to a point where I can't walk, yeah, I'm going to go get surgery.
Now, Daddy-O just sent me a message. You should tell the doctor why the first doctor would want to treat. You mind calling in again, Daddy-O, so you can elaborate?
Okay, after you go, I wanted to add on to the topic.
Okay.
Go ahead, Jamal.
I would get a third opinion on a different
third doctor.
Yeah, that's
Well, what if the third doctor tell you something way totally completely from the other two? So now you just confused yourself.
That's hard. I would get on the phone with as many professionals as I can. That's what NBA superstar Kawhi Leonard does, and it did cause tension when he was on the San Antonio Spurs, and maybe a little bit of tension when he was on. He's currently on the Clippers. It might cause a little bit of tension there, but sometimes his personal doctor is telling him one thing, and the team doctor is telling him another thing. So he's going in a whole new different state. He's playing in LA, but he's going or when he's playing in San Antonio or Toronto, he's going all the way to New York. I believe one time he even went out the country to get a different opinion. So that's what I would do.
Yeah, but that's a lot of ching-ching.
Yeah. Granted, he does have he has millions and millions and millions.
That's Daddy-O.
Okay.
Power 4.4 radio.
Listen, this Pop again. I've had the experience of doctors giving me a prescription, and the second doctor told me a different prescription, and then I had a third doctor to say don't do anything. So I went back to the first doctor. And I think that's what you need to do. Go back to the prescribing doctor because that's your primary.
Okay.
So would you say?
Always go back to your primary.
Always go back to
because
the
the primary initiates you going to a second opinion or a third opinion. So you got to go with the primary who first diagnosed what is wrong.
So in other words, Daddy-O, you're saying go to your healthcare provider.
Always to your primary healthcare provider because they are the initialing physician.
Now, suppose the second doctor gives you better news than the first doctor. What would you do?
It don't matter whether one gives you the better news or what. The first doctor is the who initiates you going to get a second opinion. So you got to go back to the first doctor again because the second doctor might say you need surgery, and the first doctor said you don't need surgery. It don't matter. You got to go back to your original health care provider.
He's that original healthcare provider.
All right.
Hands down.
You always got to go back.
Always got to go. What would you do, Mike?
Wow.
What would you do, Michael Jr.?
He wouldn't go to the doctor at all.
Well, he's getting a little bit better, I think.
I like that perspective. Personally, going back to the original doctor. Also, I like what Jay says as far as see how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
See what process you're making as well.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I think if you get enough opinions, you can kind of see what you think is the best.
Right.
And that's the example I gave. That's what Mr. Kawhi Leonard and some other NBA players do. I'm pretty sure somebody like LeBron or Anthony Davis probably does similar things as well.
Good insight. Good insight.
Yeah, Daddy-O said you wouldn't go to a doctor. So what would you be your...
You know what? Why y'all always calling me out?
Hey, well, I'm just asking what would be your...
I have a lot of medical professional friends that I could probably call and consult with them about the situation as well. But, you know, in all seriousness, I don't know. I think I would go with the doctor that gives me more favorable information. And that's being honest.
Well,
What I would look
how
for.
would you determine what's favorable?
Something I want to
How
hear.
would you know that, Mike?
Something that I want to hear.
I think that's probably the worst thing to do. I think at least what I say is it might not be the best. I believe it might be the third best or the second best thing. Just seeing all the information you can gather on your health situation. But I really liked Jay's answer too, as far as see how you're feeling. You see how you're feeling, and he Mr. Braxton Senior is technically all right. At least on a medical stance.
Yes.
He's technically right,
So you
legally
gonna
right.
agree with him and not with
No,
me.
that's the thing. I slightly disagree, but I slightly did. That's the thing. Two things can be true. I slightly disagree, but what he's saying is technically right.
Okay. Wow.
He's just going to disagree with you.
Look, he
going with Daddy-O.
He always be taking my spotlight. No,
Man, you lucky Mr. J got morals, because when you came a couple minutes late, I was like, you need me to start off real quick?
He did.
But
My son would not take the advice of the first doctor or the second doctor. He'd go to the store and get some Robitussin and drink some Robitussin and think everything is going to be all right.
What's the other stuff you used to say?
Absorbing Junior.
Sorbine Junior.
Yeah.
Sorbine Junior, that's what you got. Taking pain, but you got some air on your inside. Robitussin, you good.
And a little Vicks.
Look, you can just swallow it, but you can't do that.
Put a little Vicks on your chest.
Oh God.
And open your body up.
I mean, that is a huge question. Believe it or not, do you go with the first doctor or the second doctor? Daddy-O says go with the original prescriber. Go with the original doctor that you had an ailment and a discussion with.
Which is technically medically correct. Technically medically correct. I want to add that.
Okay. Now that's 2 against 1.
I think he took a good job, Mike.
You see what I'm saying? Whose side you on, Jay?
I'm going off of how I actually feel. So, because nobody knows your body more than you. So if you feel as though it's something that you can't bear, and you might need to go for a third opinion, but you got to rationalize with all opinions and figure out what's best for you.
So you saying that the first doctor is not credible?
Well, I'm saying the first doctor just told me take two Tylenols and call me in the morning. The second doctor said I need to operate on you, and the third doctor, I want X-rays at this point because I want to see where's the tear or where's the malfunction that I need to look at.
So that means you'll stop going to the first doctor.
No, I just think sometimes that you get used to your primary care doctor, and they don't fully understand that your body changes as time goes on. they're still used to the old you. Like, because I can go to the doctors right now and they'll tell me, oh, you're fine, clean bill of health. Oh, you're very healthy. But I'll be feeling like, oh, man, I'm out of breath. I can barely walk up these steps. So I just think you need a second opinion. Because, like, right now, my wife, she has a primary care doctor that the only thing they do is give her an asthma prescription. But at the same time, she's not feeling correctly. She's still like feeling like problems. I say, man, you might want to go to a second opinion.
What she needs to do is change her primary.
Right, exactly.
If primary not providing you with good service, then you got to go somewhere that's providing you better. I had a doctor. I've been going to this man for like 2 years. Well, it's a new doctor, 2 years. And I just didn't like his attitude, how he was treating me. Mm-hmm. I tell him one thing and he tells me something else, and I didn't like that. So I researched, and I found a very good physician, and she takes very good care of me. Doctors only have a few moments. I know they got a certain time to talk with you or treat with you. Mm-hmm. So they're in a hurry. So I usually write things down like the old folks do.
Yeah, I think
he said he write things down like the old folks.
Yeah, because some primary care doctors will tell you to go take some Robitussin and you'll be fine in a couple days.
So here's the question. So if you don't like what the first or second doctor says to you, would you go to a specialist after that?
I feel like you would need to.
Right, but the specialist said...
But you need a referral from your primary care doctor.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So you gotta go back to the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Me, personally, I would get a third opinion, and then, like when Mr. J said, what if the third opinion is saying something completely different? I would pretty much, granted you would have to have enough money and things. Pull a koala in and get as much opinions as possible to see what's best for you. Because ultimately, it is about the patient. What's best for the patient.
Right. But the specialist, okay, so the specialist didn't give good news. The first didn't give good news, but the second doctor gave good news.
I'm definitely not going with that.
What rabbit hole you trying to put us in, Mike?
No, I'm just giving a case scenario.
You know how much time it takes to set up a referral to go to another doctor, mm-hmm. and then another doctor. You're talking about 3 or 4 months in between the times. And you need some help now. You can't be going to all these doctors like that.
Right. But they always, going to see a specialist always takes more time, unless it's peer-to-peer. So if a doctor can reach out to the specialist, mm-hmm. 9 times out of 10, they don't know what's going on. So they'll say, okay, let's go with the specialist. So usually that doctor will agree with what the specialist says. Mm-hmm. But it's always... Right. Go ahead.
Right. I'm agreeing with you.
But sometimes, I know for me, I would go with the doctor that gives me the news that I want to hear. So if that doctor said, well, I've seen this before, you're going to be okay. So I'd be like, oh, okay. I would accept that, even though I know that it's not the best.
I think, Mike, you're going to go with whatever the easiest decision is for you.
Honestly, yes. And some people
that you want to agree with.
Exactly.
I ain't got to take no medicine? Cool, thank you. You're right.
I think strategically, I'm like, okay, what is the common denominator of everything each of the doctors said? And if I can find the common denominator, I'm going to go based off of the common denominator.
Good idea. Mm-hmm. But some people think, like J.U. Daddy-O, that to go to the original prescriber and then consult. But I don't know. That's a big question. That is a big question, because like you could go to just say if you had like a rash.
I think I'm gonna put that up as a poll.
I'm gonna make a disclaimer. I slightly disagree with Daddy-O, but it is technically medically medically correct. I think because I do sports, it's just like I always believe two things can be true.
Yeah.
Like I might disagree with somebody's take, but it's like they're technically correct.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like somebody might say Boston Celtics are the best team in the NBA. I disagree, but technically they are correct because the Boston Celtics has the most wins in the NBA. They have 64 wins out of 82 games. No, nobody else even has 60.
So then you would go by stats. You would go by saying, okay, well, this is a better doctor than this other doctor.
No, I would like if I disagree, I disagree, but I would point out the fact that technically they are correct because there's nothing statistically that I can state for it not to be true, but I can go based off of what I've visually seen.
Right. But have you all ever heard somebody say about a doctor, well, I've been going to this doctor for X amount of years and they never caught it? So the second doctor, I decided to go to the second opinion and this doctor saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So, however, but it's not a favorable outcome to you. It's not words that you want to hear. Would you just stick with what the first doctor said?
I think I would need, like you said, to see a specialist. Somebody that specializes in that area that I'm having problems in.
Michael, have you ever come to the opportunity that the doctors don't agree with each other?
Oh, yeah. And usually if they do that, they'll do a peer-to-peer.
Mm-hmm.
If the doctors don't agree with each other, then that's a third opinion. But if a doctor refers you to someone else, then I think they feel confident that that person is going to dive deeper into your situation.
Mm-hmm. True. But suppose a person on their own, they're like, well, and people say that all the time. I went to the doctor, blah, 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 and they told me, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to get a second opinion.
As you should.
Right.
Well, you always have a right to go get a second opinion. But I like the referral, like the doctors to get together with this. So if a doctor's going to refer me to a place, I want those two doctors to talk. Because you got to get people on the same page to do this.
But suppose they're in a different network.
It's going to help.
He got Daddy, he has a lot of rebuttals today. Normally, he's the one in here saying, go to your healthcare provider.
But suppose they're on a different
I feel like me and him going ball for ball right now.
So they could be in a different network.
You see, I ain't playing with them.
So what you're saying, you would write down the recommendation of both doctors, and as Javante say, then look at the whole. What did you say? Look at
try to find the common denominator of what each doctor said, whether they've had a different opinion on it.
So you're saying take the recommendations of both and find the common denominator of what's going on with you.
Yes.
Then, as Jay said, look into everything that's going wrong and listening to his own body.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you all are somewhat correct. And Daddy-O was saying go with the original prescriber.
Right.
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but some people do have that dilemma. They're like, I don't know whether or not I'm going to follow up with the first doctor or the second doctor.
Yeah, because like most of your primary care doctors, like what Daddy-O was saying, they're going to refer you if it's something beyond their knowledge, they're going to refer you to the right place. Like I had my finger injury from basketball, and they told my primary care referred me to a hand specialist.
Oh wow!
And usually they're in the same network.
Right.
And when the second one charts what they found, then the first one gets that information. And they should be able to get the same information that your primary got when they diagnose us. What you can't always do is take a printout of what your first doctor told you and take that with you. instead of you going in there blind.
Well, now they have EMR, electronic medical records. If they're in the same network, they can see exactly what the first doctor said.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think a lot of your primaries is if there's something beyond their control, they'll refer you to somebody because they don't want that on their hands.
Right. Well,
I'm going. First of all, I'm going to Dr. Jesus, whatever Jesus says.
Whatever Jesus say. I like
you
that.
know, this feels like, well, most people this is a one lifetime opportunity, but at least for me, this is a 2-time and a lifetime opportunity. You know, I gotta ask it. You know, even if you say no, I gotta ask. I asked before, but this time I'm back. Can I freestyle on your show, Mr. Braxton?
Well, we're going to get back on that. And
towards the end.
And we'll have a conversation about that. Yeah. So, because, see, 7:04.
Wow. Look where the time went.
Exactly. But we're going to take out some time for that. Brother.
Okay.
Definitely.
A different day or
what's
a day?
Probably on a different day. We definitely going to get on that. And so that they can hear all
Are you thinking next week?
We're going to see. We're going to talk offline.
Okay.
So we definitely appreciate all our listeners. We appreciate everybody's input about the show today. And remember, as long as you go to the doctor, that's what we try to push here on Health Tips and Hip Hop. You might have a second opinion, but you have to listen to yourself and listen to your body. Don't just go with your favorite doctor like some of us would do. I'm not mentioning any names. So you want to definitely put all the factors about the illness that's going on and really do some research to know what's going on with your body. You know, and also remember to start planting your gardens now. You can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get your seedlings. Mm-hmm. And plant them. It's just nice to see your garden grow.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and you don't have to do much, but just pour water on it. So there's a song that says, pour some sugar on me. You just pour some water on the plant, and it definitely will grow. It makes you feel good, too, just to know that it's yours and you're creating fruit. So we appreciate everybody for listening. Please, I'm just going to let Javante send out his message about what show to listen to for his freestyle so you can let him know. Before we go.
SME, which is sports, movies, and entertainment, but we expanding way beyond that. I don't even know what's coming next.
So you got to listen out on his show, which is every Tuesday, right?
Yes, from 6 to 7 this time, just 24 hours before.
And the name of the show again on Power 4.4 is what?
SME, sports,
SME.
Movies, entertainment.
Okay, you guys listen out. And we appreciate everybody for listening in. And we thank you so much. And continue to grow your garden of health.
I had to end.